Today we're taking a look at LSU versus Michigan match, which is happening on Monday, March 22, 2021 at 7:10 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. An SEC team and a Big Ten team will face off against each other in the second round of the NCAA tournament on Monday as the LSU Tigers travel to Lucas Oil Stadium to take on the Michigan Wolverines. LSU enters this game with a 19-9 record after beating St. Bonaventure by 15 points in its last game, while Michigan enters this game with a 21-4 record after beating Texas Southern by 16 points in its last game. This game will start at 7:10 p.m. EST. The LSU Tigers are 19-9 overall and won 11-6 during the SEC regular season. According to Ken Palm, LSU is the 21st best team in the country according to Ken Palm, rated 5th in adjusted offensive efficiency and 122nd in adjusted defensive efficiency. The Tigers will enter Tuesday's game against Michigan with a 2-5 record against AP top 25 teams this season. LSU has been one of the best offensive teams in the country this season, averaging 81.9 points per game and shooting 46.1% from the field. The Tigers have 4 double-digit scorers led by Cameron Thomas with 22.8 points per game, Trendon Watford with 16.5 ppg, Javonte Smart with 15.6 ppg, and Darius Days with 11.8 ppg. Defensively, the Tigers allow 74.8 points per game. In their first-round win over St. Bonaventure, LSU shot 40.3% from the field and 32% from three-point range. Thomas led all scorers with 27 points, and Trendon Watford and Darius Days both grabbed 11 rebounds. The Michigan Wolverines enter this game in mediocre form as they have split their last 4 games. On the bright side, Michigan did manage to beat Texas Southern by 16 points in its last game. In that game, Michigan's offense was solid as it scored 82 points while shooting 48.1% from the floor. Now, the Wolverines are one more victory away from reaching the Sweet 16 for the 7th time in 11 years. However, LSU is a significantly better team than Texas Southern, so expect Michigan's offense to look a bit worse on Monday. Leading the way offensively for Michigan this season is senior forward Isaiah Livers, who is averaging 13.1 points per game along with 6.0 assists per game. However, he suffered a leg injury during the conference tournament, which will cause him to miss this game. Following the victory against Texas Southern, Michigan coach Juwan Howard praised his team for its ball movement and unselfishness. Offensively, we did a really good job of sharing the basketball. If you look at the numbers, each and every guy got an opportunity to shoot a shot when the shot is open and make the play for others. You know how this NCAA tournament is all wacky, and all these fun upsets are happening with buzzer beaters and thrillers left and right. All of these relatively even matchups have been wars. Each game has been better than the last, and LSU had nothing to do with that. It did what a big-name Power 5 program is supposed to do against a St. Bonaventure and won 76-61 with absolutely no drama whatsoever. The Tigers have been terrific since March started, going 5-1 with only a 1-point SEC championship loss to Alabama as a blip. They're outstanding lately from the free throw line. Everything is just fine from the field, even if the threes aren't really there, and they're absolutely crushing teams on the boards. The 49 rebounds against St. Bonaventure made it the 9th straight game with 35 rebounds or more. The offense has to kick it all in for a full 40 minutes. If it does, the efficiency and effectiveness are there. Keep the pressure on a LSU team that's not good enough defensively to come up with enough meaningful stops to matter. There are too many Tiger turnovers on one end, the one concern about the St. Bonaventure win, and way too many fouls on the other. Teams occasionally live on the free throw line against LSU, and Michigan is as good as any team in the country at getting there and making them. Michigan has to shoot like it normally does. It's hitting 46% from the field on the year, and that seems to be the magic mark against LSU. The Tigers are 3-4 when teams shoot above the mark and just 5-10 when teams shoot 42% or better. Michigan has been under 42% just 5 times, but the LSU Tigers look for another win after beating St. Bonaventure in the first round. The LSU Tigers are averaging 82.7 points on 46.9% shooting and allowing 75.4 points on 41.9% shooting. Cameron Thomas is averaging 21.6 points and 2.8 rebounds, while Trendon Watford is averaging 18.8 points and 6.3 rebounds. Javonte Smart is the third double-digit scorer and Darius Days is grabbing 4.4 rebounds. The LSU Tigers are shooting 34.5% from beyond the arc and 74.6% from the free throw line. The LSU Tigers are allowing 30.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 35 rebounds per game. The Michigan Wolverines look for another win after beating Texas Southern in the first round. The Michigan Wolverines are averaging 76.5 points on 48.8% shooting and allowing 65.2 points on 39% shooting. Hunter Dickinson is averaging 14.3 points and 7.7 rebounds, while Isaiah Livers is averaging 13.7 points and 6.1 rebounds. Franz Wagner is the third double-digit scorer and Mike Smith is grabbing 2.6 rebounds. The Michigan Wolverines are shooting 38.6% from beyond the arc and 76.5% from the free throw line. The Michigan Wolverines are allowing 32.6% shooting from deep and are grabbing 35.5 rebounds per game. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. Defensively, LSU is allowing their opponents to average 75.3 ppg on 41.9% shooting from the field. The Tigers have a rebound margin of 0.2 and a turnover margin of 1.7. The 1-seed Michigan Wolverines, 21-4, had no trouble advancing to the second round of the NCAA tournament after defeating the 16-seed Texas Southern Tigers, 82-66, on Saturday afternoon. Michigan was solid on both ends of the court against Texas Southern, and had no trouble pulling away in the second half after going into halftime with a 42-24 lead. Michigan shot 48.1% from the field and 34.6% from beyond the arc, while Texas Southern shot 35.9% from the field and 8.3% from beyond the arc. Michigan lost the turnover battle by a 14-10 margin, however, did outbound Texas Southern by a 38-28 margin. Leading the way for the Wolverines was Mike Smith, who had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Defensively, Michigan is holding their opponents to an average of 65.4 ppg on 39.4% shooting from the field. The Wolverines have a rebound margin of 6.2 and a turnover margin of -0.8. The Tigers are 5-0-1 ATS in their last 6 games overall and 4-0 ATS in their last 4 neutral site games. The Wolverines are 19-6-1 ATS in their last 26 games following an ATS loss and 16-7 ATS in their last 23 games overall. Michigan rightfully earned a 1 seed with their solid regular season. However, I have not been completely solid on the Wolverines, as we have seen some ugly games from Michigan this season, which included an 18-point loss versus Minnesota and a 23-point loss versus Illinois. LSU has been playing some great basketball as of late, which included a close loss to Alabama in the SEC championship, and you have to be impressed by their 8th-ranked defense, which put up an impressive 76 points against one of the better defenses in the country in St. Bonaventure. LSU has the athletes and backcourt to keep up with Michigan, and between the fact that Michigan is missing one of their best players and that I think the LSU offense will have success against the Wolverines' defense, I think the play here is to take LSU and the points. My first betting advice for you is to pick LSU Tigers +5. Michigan, despite being a solid team on both ends of the floor, may be in a vulnerable position in this contest. They will be facing an LSU squad that continues to be red hot versus the number, while coming off some big wins in the SEC tournament, while coming off a win in the opening round versus what has been a solid Bonnie's team. And while I feel that the Wolverines have enough talent to win this contest outright, this is March Madness and weird things happen. Look for the Tigers to make this game interesting till the end. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under 133.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.